in terms of tackling security, there is lack of political will.
Beyond the headlines.
Who are the sponsors of insecurity in this country?
From breaking news to everyday conversations, this is where Nigeria's conversations begin. We track the issues shaping Nigeria and the world today. The world is talking, and we're listening. This is Trends on LJE News.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Trends on LJE News, where we bring you the latest and developing stories in and across Nigeria and Africa. My name is Omotola Adeleke. Of course, we have our guest in the studio with opinions definitely flying around on today's episode of what we have today. Barrister Meme, first of all, you're welcome to the program.
My pleasure, thank you.
By the way, you look sporty. Are you going for, or you came from the gym?
No.
Okay. You just decide to look this way.
Absolutely.
All right, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Mr. Shedrack, of course, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
You look good.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chidi.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I was asking Judith the other time that is it true that people who wear glasses are naturally geniuses? I'm just asking.
Ask your optician. Thank you.
All right. So quickly, don't forget to follow, like, and share on all social media platforms at LJE News. Let's quickly run through our headlines for this edition of Trends. Greenland PM draws red line on sovereignty after Trump claims total access deal. Outrage in Taraba, a 17-year-old girl allegedly slashed after rejecting advances. Now let's go to the lead story. Greenland's Prime Minister Jens Frederik Nielsen has declared the Iceland's sovereignty as a red line following claims by US President Donald Trump that Washington had secured total access to Greenland under a framework discussed with NATO. Speaking in Nuuk on Thursday, Nielsen said he was unaware of the full details of the agreement reached between Trump and NATO chief Mark Rutte. While open to negotiations on stronger partnerships and security cooperation, he stressed that Greenland's territorial integrity and international law must be respected. Donald Trump has recently intensified calls for control over Greenland, citing U.S. security interest in the Arctic. The remarks have heightened tensions between the U.S. and Europe, with Denmark also firmly rejecting any discussion that undermines its sovereignty over Greenland. Mr. Shedrack, I want to ask you this. Why is Donald Trump forcing to take control of Greenland? Because the Kingdom of Denmark are saying, no, Greenland is not for sale. In fact, the Prime Minister of Greenland, just like you just heard, is already drawing a red line. Is this about something else aside the United States coming out to say it is about U.S. military operations, military base and all that? Is it beyond this? Because why is Donald Trump forcing this?
Well, thank you very much. Why I cannot answer for certain, but information is available to the public and pursuing Americans, foreign policy. If you give a gun to the tyrant of North Korea, if you give a gun to the leader of Hamas, you know where that gun will be pointing? Innocent citizens. If you give a gun to Big Trump, to the happy Trump, you know where that gun is going to be facing? Terrorists and bad people. So it is not altogether convenient for me to sit back and condemn whether America wants to lay its hand on Greenland or not. The ultimate goal is to use it for the good of people. So we are saying, because of the interest of Greenland, we must not allow certain infrastructure to be in the hands of wrong people. I would rather prefer it is in the hands of people who can manage it well for the good of humanity, overall good of humanity. But what I know, that what Big Trump wants, Big Trump gets, because Big Trump is not asking for his personal aggrandizement, but for the betterment of the good of the people. When he wanted America to become the Pope, he dressed like a Pope. On this thing, we analyze that he doesn't just do that for caricature. He's sending a strong message to the people that matters, that America wants this. America got it. When he wants to get Venezuela oil, America wants it, America got it. So I don't think all of these politics and the noise around was to America from laying his hand to what they truly want, because they want it for the good of humanity.
But don't you think this is going to affect the sovereignty of Greenland itself?
It will not, because we have seen what NATO and Europe did in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine for the past 3 years. But when Bill Trump stepped in, the killing have minimized. It also happened in other places. So what I'm saying is they will not necessarily violate the sovereignty of Denmark or Greenland.
But if Greenland is saying no, if the Kingdom of Denmark is saying no, then why not move away? Why force it?
Because, like I said, if you put a gun in the hands of the wrong person, humanity will cry for it.
All right. Mr. Chidi, you've heard what's happening. Some people have the opinion that Donald Trump is becoming too undemocratic with his actions. Do you think that's true?
First of all, what are those actions? The answer is absolutely no. In fact, whoever says that is an anti-developmental or anti-democratic element globally. And I'll tell you one. What are the actions of Donald Trump? Before I talk about the Greenland issue, number one action of Donald Trump that have triggered international reaction is what? The first, in his first term, was meeting who? And they say it was impossible, the North Korean guy.
Kim Jong-un.
Exactly. Donald Trump came back and said, look, if he was there, the war with Ukraine would not have happened. He came back, his priority was what? To end the war against with Ukraine, Russian war. And he's making progress. Take it to leave it. The next one was with NATO. He said, look, NATO, you cannot say you will contribute 2% of your GDP to global security, because NATO has their security ally contribution. And NATO, most countries of NATO were not even doing up to 2% of their global GDP to build their security. Trump came and do you know how much they are paying now? I know they are paying it joyfully. 5%. And now NATO is powerful. What other issue? The issue of homosexualism and what have you. That makes common sense. That has been there. Without man and woman coming together, there will not be me and you, and even those praying for homosexuality to be the norm of the day. Now, what is US saying again that is not making sense to those who are anti-democratic and anti-developmental in thought is the issue of Greenland. And we'll talk about the issue of Hamas and we're coming down to the issue of Greenland. Very important. We're talking about Trump mentioned that the reason why he wants Greenland, he keeps saying it, and people seem to be deaf because they want to be deaf.
Let's be very calm.
Yeah, what I'm saying deaf, please. I mean in quotes, deaf.
Okay.
In quotes, deaf, of course.
Please.
So, okay, allow me. Now, is the fact that he wants Greenland, not him, the US, wants Greenland for US national security, number one, and international security, number two. Why? These are the two major. Because they have
the US base there already.
Let me tell you why. I said why. Because there is, for US national security, US interest, and global security, is something called the Golden Dome. The Golden Dome is an anti-missile system because we have the THAAD, as anti-missile system. We have even like Russia. What's it called? Israel have the Davis Sling, the Iron Dome, and there's a laser one that's, but there's a Golden Dome. The Golden Dome is an anti-missile system, right? That allows rockets, missiles from Russia and co. coming into the US and NATO countries. When I say NATO country, Denmark inclusive, Greenland inclusive. Then the issue of Russia interference and China interference within the Arctic region that cuts across the US, which is North America. Because exactly what happened. Because if you see what happened with Russia and China, their influence is not generally to benefit the European countries. It's not necessarily to benefit the US. Hope you understand. Right. So US, Trump, pay attention to this, very important. US is saying, look, this is what will happen, and there's already activities within the Arctic region as we speak. So now, if there's any breakout of war tomorrow, I'm making it the way it should be elementarily, it is easier for that Golden Dome to work because of the positioning of Greenland.
All right, but okay, quickly,
those fighting it for me are those who do not want the best for US, and so US needs it not because US has the money. and they're making money from Venezuela. It's not about. It's about the future. Trump sees the future. So those fighting are those who want destruction on themselves. Because if you check,
all right. Let's get to Barrister Meme. You know, the Prime Minister of Greenland is saying this is looking like a case of wanting to colonize Greenland. Do you think it looks like that?
Yeah, people always make such comments, just like when Donald Trump made a comment about or made a decision to assist Nigerians. Of course, you heard many people, particularly those in the authority, who are not so comfortable. But don't forget that it's the same authority and people who are saddled with the responsibility of power that would naturally want to sponsor such narrative. Just the same way we're having it in Nigeria. You saw what happened when you see a government that is sincere, a government that is responsible to the plight of the people. Naturally, you would know. And of course, just yesterday we had this conversation about what happened in Kaduna, how a local government chairman hid and abated to assist bandits to escape with over a
allegedly, because it's not fact that he aided and abated the bandit. He only came out to say it didn't happen.
I said, this is my opinion.
That
the local government chairman, that particular, let him take me to court. The local government chairman hidden and abated the bandits. If he was fully aware that the bandits were there to take these guys, and he lied to the world that nothing of such happened. So all of these lies was aimed at allowing these bandits to take these guys deep into the bush. We know the three tricks. So if you come now tomorrow and say the foreign countries want to assist Nigeria, some person will say, oh, Nigeria is a sovereign nation, or you shouldn't be allowed to do all of those things. America cannot be right all the time, but in many ways they are right.
So you are saying it's good they are forcing their way into some undemocratic processes.
And we want to encourage such a process to continue, because a lot of mess is going on in different parts of the world.
All right. Now, quickly here, before we go on the short break, Mr. Shadrach, Mr. Chidi made mention of something. He said if Donald Trump takes control of Greenland, now it means the U.S. military base there is going to expand, right?
No, I didn't mean naturally it's going to expand naturally, but what I'm saying is that it's not about the expansion. That's not
the question I want to ask right now, and I want Mr. Shadrach to also, I don't know if you're going to fall in line or you're going to fall out of line of what he's going to say.
Fine.
Is the debris, for example, if there's a war and the rockets and the missiles and all that, and you launch it from Greenland, is it not going to affect the people of Greenland if it's naturally
we're talking about anti-missile. We're talking about anti-missile.
Okay.
It's not about rocket.
That is no
anti-missile. So if you see how the world is, you have US on the left, you have Russia, China, Russia. You understand now? So you have Greenland almost like in the middle.
It's an island.
I hope you understand.
Yes.
So you have Greenland there. So when you have your anti-rocket coming from this way, you get now, this is US on this left. And then Greenland is almost in the middle. It's easier to intercept before it gets to the destination.
All right.
So that's talk about the full capacity of it. And when US takes control of Greenland, within the Arctic region, it means it is US influence. So whatever comes around there is US environment. So Russia and China will not have easy access to do anything, because we cannot trust Russia. We cannot trust China. By implication, I'm talking about US policy. And then when you see the Wuhan virus, the Chinese virus, or the COVID virus came from where? China.
Okay.
So we know that. Because there's the issue with There's the issue with China. There's the issue with China. There's the issue with Russia from the US point of view, and it is 110% valid.
All right. Okay. So, Mr. Shadrach, because I asked this question because while going through X, I saw some individuals who claim to be from Greenland, of course, and are saying that it's going to affect them because we're talking about military equipment here, and this is a semi-autonomous area in the Kingdom of Denmark. So don't you think debris of some of these big equipment might affect their livelihood?
You see, people are very myopic in thinking sometimes, reducing humanity out of humanity, and they think only of themselves. That is where the problem is. We are not thinking Greenland because it is far from. Why should it be a topical conversation here in Nigeria? because we look at them as humans. It's about humanity. It's
So
not
it's
about
beyond just a
beyond
country.
Greenland. It's beyond Greenland, because what's happened in Ukraine affected Nigerians, because human beings are involved. People are dying. I have just said my summary is that put a gun in the hands of the wrong person, it faces innocent people. Put a gun in the hands of the right person, it faces terrorists. So do we rather prefer a Donald Trump that will not use his gun against innocent people, having Greenland for America control area, or we have it in the hands of the bad guys?
All right. Let's go on a short break, and of course, we will be right back.
Camera rolling. Light set. Sound check. And action.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's program. A program where we get to talk about the daily lawyers dissect legal issues with intent to educate.
This is the perfect space to create professional quality videos, recording news, podcasts, and all media content. With top-of-the-line cameras, studio lighting, soundproof spaces, we provide everything you need for a seamless shoot. Our fully equipped studio ensures high-quality production every time. Enjoy a comfortable, air-conditioned environment with professional-grade gear and expert support. Contact us now or visit our Abuja location to reserve your spot.
All right, welcome back, and don't forget we're still here, trends on LJE News. Now let's move on to the next story. A 17-year-old girl, Iwasen Tehemba, was allegedly attacked with a razor blade in Donga local government area of Taraba state after repeatedly rejecting the advances of a married man. The incident reportedly occurred at a residence on Wednesday. Community sources said the man's wife, Ramatu Abbas, later issued threats against the teenager after learning of the situation. The girl's guardian, Jamila Wanga, claimed that she had earlier appealed to the woman to caution her husband, but the dispute turned violent when the wife allegedly attacked the minor, inflicting facial injuries. The suspect reportedly warned against reporting the incident. The Guardian has appealed for government intervention, citing threats to her family. The Taraba State Police Command also confirmed that the case is under investigation and the matter will be prosecuted. Mr. Shedrack, this is an unfortunate incident. This is an unfortunate incident. What's happening? A woman or a lady, a young lady, a teenager approached you and told you, hey, your husband is disturbing me, and the next thing that happened is violence. What would you have to say to this?
Well, it's a reflection of the monumental degradation in our value system in the country. If you look at the bills in America, consistently you see how many billions of dollars allocated to family. That means program that's family oriented in the US budget. You come to Nigeria, what do you find? I can tell you that half of the population that is out of school, teenage girls, and for instance, this happened in the north. How many states have assembly, northern states of assembly signed the bill to protect the girl child? This girl is still a minor, still a teenager, 17, not yet the full adult of 18. But you see these things happening because people have refused consistently to allow basic laws that should protect them to do so. But it's a reflection of the moral, inadequacies in our community. It's very sad, and I hope that the government will prosecute that particular case.
All right, Barrister Meme, you are someone who is totally and fight against any form of violation of fundamental human rights. What would you have to say to this case?
Well, we know, obviously, by now, such a matter should have been reported to the appropriate authority, and the perpetrator should, of course, be faced before out of the law.
Okay. Mr. Shedrack, what's your say on this matter?
Mr. Chidi. Yes.
Mr. Chidi, I'm so sorry.
For me, I'll just kind of hint my point. One, what should have happened is when they complained, because they should have, the guardian of the lady, the girl, should have taken this matter to the appropriate quarters when the girl alleged that the man came to try to have his way on her. they should have taken that to the appropriate quarters immediately. And when they also tried by at least complaining to this woman who came back later to look. Sorry, I'm not, like I said, the man did wrong.
Okay.
To go there, he should control his libido, But then another aspect of it, let's look at it this other way. These are areas people don't want to talk about. What will make reasonably, by implication, on the face of it, prima facie, a man to leave his wife to go to somebody else is obviously when the woman is not playing her role well, or she's doing things that I'm coming.
Okay.
And now that has shown itself here. It shows there's something wrong with this woman. Because if there's nothing wrong with this woman, she would not go and act this way. So the issue is that what is the solution, Chidi? The solution here I'm giving to the whole world, to Nigerians, where you notice funny things that cannot be changed because you see them in your family and you cannot change them, please depart, separate, go your way, divorce. I approve that.
All right.
Then the other part is this: the authority. Now the woman has been charged to court. I learned that. Yes, the authority should immediately prosecute and give justice, and the state government should take this serious. The state government has not said anything about this, and it's appalling because it goes to tell you even about Natasha, because this man goes. Nobody talks about the man now. The man is not as innocent as you can. Go read the media. The man is not innocent.
All right.
They need to arrest the man and deal with this issue because this is the sign of patriarchy.
And you just mentioned arresting the man. And Mr. Shedrack, the lawmaker, not the lawmaker. I wouldn't want to reveal some information that I got in this particular news of an allegation coming out from the National Assembly that any married man who cheats or a married woman who sleeps with should be jailed and be fined about 10 million naira or so. Do you think this is the time to probably even bring that law and let's say this is it and it should be like this? Maybe perhaps it might curb situations like this. Do you think such a law should be enacted?
Those things are misplaced priorities.
Okay.
I can tell you. There are enough laws to deal with issues. All the time we focus on symptoms. We don't want to look at the root causes of issues. So Nigerians, we must redirect our focus. There are issues affecting, like this issue now will reduce to domestic violence. Curbing somebody's libido is less of our problem. Those things will always be there from times immemorial, but we should look at basic things that could protect and prevent such action.
All right.
One is a Child Act law that would pass. States of assembly, 19 states in the north, not 70% agree to sign to those bills. Those are certain things that will put fears into people not to do this kind of
all right. So I wouldn't need to ask Barrister Meme on that particular information. So the National Assembly said it was not true. So, but you said you wouldn't even be in support of it. Just Akwa out of assembly. Okay, you were against it. You were against it, but you said it was an offense. Anyways, you said it's. Please, I want you to just repeat what you said in a minute the other day.
Well, as regard, of course, the governor came up to debunk
it already.
Yes,
but if it had existed, would it have made sense?
Well, there's no how I could make comment into something that would never be in existence because, just like Mr. Shedrack rightly put it, that this is a misplaced priority. We have so many challenges confronting us as a people. We have primary responsibilities that are already in the hands of the government, which is the protection of lives and properties. These are constitutional issues that we're not able to look into. We're looking at petty things. If a married man decides to go into extra or enjoy himself or whatsoever, it is not led for the lady. If he goes beyond that level to get to the essence of rape, the laws are there to deal with
all right. Thank you very much, Barrister Meme. That's it for today's edition of Trends on LJE News. Many thanks to Mr. Shedrack. Mr. Shedrack, thank you very much for your contributions.
Thank you for having me. God bless.
All right, Mr. Chidi, thank you very much for your impactful thoughts.
Welcome.
All right, Barrister Meme, of course, as usual, thank you very much for your contributions.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you, viewers.
All right. So to our viewers and listeners out there, make sure to follow, like, and share at LJE News on all social media platforms. So stay in the loop and join the conversation ahead of our next show. My name is Omotola Adeleke. See you next time. Bye for now.